Hey traders, John Howell here. Today, what I would do is I've been looking at some sort of longer term analysis on the S&P, the Nasdaq, and the Dow, looking at some major support and resistance lines, and I want to share them with you. So let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, so one of the trades that me and my private clients actually did this year, which was this one right here we're looking at right now. We're looking at, see how this arrow here, this is where we got into it and we wrote it down through here. So what I've actually done is I've actually put together a brand new training for you. If you go to the very first thing in the description, click on that, or go to johnsfreetraining.com, go over there and get access to this free training that I've just put up. One, I'm going to walk you through all the details to my system so you can identify what this setup is. And also, secondly, I'll walk you through also this setup here as well too. So if you are struggling with your trading right now and you're not sure what to do, what actually a really good high quality setup looks like, and you want to be able to see good trades that actually potentially make big moves like this, then very first thing in the description, or go to johnsfreetraining.com. Go do that right now, guys. So let's go have a look at this here. So I've been doing some big picture analysis on the Dow Jones and the S&P 500. And look at this. Look what I've actually noticed. If I go to my weekly charts, this is my weekly chart here. Okay, so if I go to my weekly charts and I squeeze this up a little bit more, look what we actually identified here. So this is a really interesting point that we're actually at right now when looking at the Dow Jones, right? So the reason why I say that is because we have, look at this here, we have resistance, and resistance through there, which is now what becomes support and becomes support. Now we also have this bottom line here, and we also have this reference point through here. Now, why is this so important? Because over the next couple of weeks, it's going to tell us what's really going on in these markets. The next couple of weeks is going to tell us that. So the first thing I'm looking at here is if we do continue rolling over and we start to get below here, just say we start to roll over and we start to get below, say 30, possibly even down to 30,000, guess what? Now it's all over, right? The bull, this potential setup is now all over for the bulls, and the bears are going to absolutely take control, and the bulls are going to get their face ripped off. So, but also, it also tells us as well too that if we do indeed, and let's actually draw a trend line down from there to there, right? If we do indeed start to break above this level through here, I'd have to put that level through there. If we actually do indeed start to sort of hold here and start to break above 34,000, then guess what? Then the bear market is probably not going to continue, and we're probably likely to have a nice move back up to all-time new highs. Do you see that through there? So that's actually something really interesting that I've been noticing through. Again, this is more big picture analysis, guys. This is weekly charts here. Let's go have a look at the S&P 500, and we're looking at a similar situation here on the S&P 500. So what are we looking at here? We're looking at the point where we can see how we had this resistance point here, resistance point here, resistance point here, and a resistance point here, right? And then we actually had what? A support level through there, and we also had this reference point through here. Now, why is that important? Because right now we're at sort of X marks the spot, right, on the S&P. What actually comes next over the next couple of weeks is going to really tell us what's really going on. Because if we fail here and we start to break below this level here, especially this 3,800 on the S&P, if we do get that, we're probably likely to start to see more downside to come, probably around about that maybe 3,200. Looks like that resistance, the support level there is around that 3,200 level on the markets through there. So which way is this going to go? It's a very, very, very telling sort of situation where we are right now. And we can actually see that through there. Now, looking at the Nasdaq, and the Nasdaq, see all the indices are doing something really, really, really similar to each other, right? We've got this nice trend line coming up through here, and now we've got this sort of reference point sort of coming down through here as well too. So the big thing that I'm looking at with the overall market is the big thing here is that we can see how the markets actually come back down, and potentially I also found a little bit of support. So we've got this level through here, and you can see that resistance through there, and now we're actually finding a little bit of support through here as well too, and now we're bouncing up. So the same thing for the Nasdaq. What actually happens here, the Nasdaq is actually a little bit more bullish than all the other markets, but this is actually really, and we also can see here that there's also like a lot of support and resistance going on around that sort of 11,000, 11,500. If the Nasdaq for some reason over the next couple of weeks starts to do something like this and we start to roll over like this, then guess what? We're probably likely to see a big move on the downside through there. So that's what I'm looking at through there. If we go look at the Russell 3000, look at this here. Look at this big long-term trend line here on the Russell 3000. We're at a very important point here. Look at this here. All the support level through there, bounce through there, and even a bounce through here as well too. So we're at a very important point right now in the Russell. And if we do continue to keep going down through here, especially breaking below sort of this, if we get the IWM anyway, if we start to get below the 160 level on this level here, then we're probably likely to see a very big movement on the downside from there. So again, guys, there are a few things that I'm watching for right now on the actual stock market, and I hope you have a great day.